Pete the Sheep by Jackie French and Bruce Whatley. Roscoe the Shearer had a sheepdog called Brute. Woof! Big Bob the Shearer had a sheepdog called Tiny. Arf! 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 Bungo the Shearer had a sheepdog called Fang. Arrrr. But the new shearer had a sheep.
Hi, I'm Sean, he said. And this is Pete,
said Pete politely, which in sheep talk means, "Hello, delighted to meet you, madame. Please step this way."
You can't have a sheep,
cried Big Bob.
Why don't you get a proper sheepdog?
Yelled Roscoe. Struth, muttered Bungo, who never said much.
Pete's as good as any sheepdog, said Sean.
We just do things differently, said Pete, which in sheep talk means, "If you don't mind waiting, sir, Sean will be with you shortly." Sean and Pete were a great team. Sean was a sensational shearer, and the sheep really liked Pete. Asked Pete.
Yes, you're right,
said Sean. I do need to take off a little more around the ears. Well, we do things properly in this shed, yelled Roscoe. Go bring in some sheep, Brute.
Hurry up, Tiny,
called Big Bob. Yep, agreed Bungo, who never said much. But the sheep didn't move. They were waiting for Pete.
Woof!
Arf! 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 That sheep is nothing but a troublemaker, yelled Roscoe.
He has to go,
cried Big Bob. Too right, shouted Bungo, who never said much. If Pete goes, I go, said Sean.
Woof!
Arf! 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 That suits us fine, yelled the other shearers. What will I do now? Sean asked sadly. I love shearing. Pete said comfortingly.
You're right, Pete,
said Sean. At least I still have you to shear. First, Sean shore Pete's front and back legs. Then he shore Pete's neck and middle. Then he took off Pete's hat and gave him a whole new look. When Pete showed it off to all the other sheep, they were amazed. They exclaimed excitedly, "Where did you get that cool cut?" Which gave Pete an idea. Sean's Sheep Salon. The first customer was very happy. So was the second, and so was the third. Soon everyone was talking about Sean's Sheep Salon. News of their success spread quickly. Before long, Sean and Pete had so many customers they couldn't look after them all. The other shearers were furious. "It's not fair," said Roscoe. "We're the ones who have proper sheepdogs."
Too right,
said Big Bob. He looked around.
By the way, where are our dogs?
Gone to get a trim. Love Brute, Tiny, Fang. Jumping jumbucks. Look what I just found, roared Bungo, which was more than he usually said in a week. The shearers raced into town. The three dogs had crept sheepishly into the salon. Woof! Asked Brute, hopefully. Arf! Agreed Tiny. Arr! Added Fang, admiring a sheep Sean had just shorn.
I'm really sorry, apologised Sean, but our salon is for sheep only.
Pete said firmly.
Sean grinned. You're right, Pete, he said. There's no reason why sheepdogs can't look gorgeous too. Sean had just finished curling Tiny's tail when the three shearers rushed through the door. "Where's my dog, Brute?" yelled Rasco. "Where's Tiny?" cried Big Bob.
"Fang!"
bellowed Bungo. "Woof!" barked Brute firmly.
"Arf, arf, arf!"
added Tiny. "Arrrrrrr," growled Fang, which in dog talk means, "No way, I'm leaving till I'm done." "What are we going to do?" moaned Big Bob.
"There aren't any sheep left for us to shear," added Rasco. "And even our mangy mutts have deserted us."
"Doggone dogs," grumbled Bongo. Said Pete. Shearers wanted. In the end, it all worked out happily. Rasco could shear sheep styles that were almost as good as Sean's. Big Bob specialised in sheepdog styles, and Bungo learnt how to speak to the clients. "Oh, madame, you do look lovely. I only wish everyone could look as gorgeous as you do," cried Pete the sheep. He'd had another idea. Sean's Animal Salon. And that's the end of our story. Do you like getting your hair cut? Thanks for listening. See you next time.